Thanks, Karen. I'd like to welcome you all to the April 4, 2017 meeting of the Western New York Power Proceeds Allocation Board, especially Brenda and Deanna, my fellow board members. We may have an appearance from Dennis in a few minutes, but we do not know where he is at the present time, and I don't want to delay the beginning of this meeting any longer than I already have. I also want to welcome our Empire State Development and New York State Power Authority staff, and recall that this is a scheduled board meeting, which was noticed pursuant to New York's open meeting laws. You all received a proposed agenda in your packet. Before we move any further, are there any changes to the agenda as it was sent to us by staff? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Moved by Brenda, seconded by Deanna. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It carries unanimously. Karen, as you all know from the various meetings that we've had, we'd like to review our conflicts of interest before we get into the substance of why we're all together here. I know staff has already told us with regard to whether any of us have conflicts of interest in relation to the matters before the group today, and it's my understanding that previous to today, all of the three of us indicated that there were no such conflicts. I just want to confirm that on the record. In the event that something has arisen since we were first asked. Deanna and Brenda?
No conflict.
And I don't have any either. Moving on, I believe that you were in receipt of proposed minutes from our November 14th, 2016 meeting of the board. Are there any changes or inaccuracies that need to be corrected? Deanna's right ahead of me. So a motion to approve. Brenda seconding it. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? That passed unanimously. Karen, moving on to item 3 on our agenda, which is the fund update. Rich, would you mind giving us a quick summary in that regard?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen of the board, you have in your packets the Western New York Economic Development Fund update for March 2017. I'd like to review that with you now. Total deposits to the fund to date equal $41,031,000. Total interest earned on deposits to date equals $189,183, making total funds deposited $41,220,183. As to expenditures, disbursements to grantees now amounts to $22,609,760, leaving a current fund balance of $18,610,423. As to awards under standard projects, we have $31,954,998. As to energy-related projects, we have $3,128,320, making total fund benefits awarded at $35,083,318. This also means that the total fund benefits available to be awarded by the Western New York Power Proceeds Allocation Board is now $6,136,865. As to energy-related projects, a minimum of 15% of the fund is dedicated to energy-related projects. This amounts to $6,154,650. And not including today, we've made a total of 8% of that amount has been made for energy-related projects. This amounts to $3,128,320. This also means that the fund benefits currently available to be awarded for energy-related projects is $3,026,330. You'll see today's recommendations. There is one project, and it is an energy-related project. As to the power that supports this program, the estimated unallocated EP and RP to date is 121 megawatts. The estimated allocated but unused hydropower to date is 33 megawatts, making the total estimated unused EP and RP to date 154 megawatts. I believe you have additional information on the back sheet of that report. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Brenda, any questions?
No.
Rich, you did a perfect job. There are no questions today.
Thank you, sir.
Moving on, I'd like to now review the awards for fund balances from the Economic Development Fund. I guess this is round 18. It seems like a lot of times we've been together. Angela, could you take us through today's recommendation?
Sure, I hope I do as good a job as Rich.
This will be the first time you guys are taught.
Staff is recommending that the Power Proceeds Allocation Board approve a fund benefit award of $150,000 to Triad Recycling and Energy Corp. To expand the company's operations. Triad is planning to renovate the currently vacant building that is located on River Road in Tonawanda to allow for the processing of plastic barrier film, which is usually discarded by DuPont after one use, to make an adhesive and wood material into biomass, pellet fuel, and garden mulch, and thereby allowing these materials to not go to the landfill. The project will allow this type of work to be performed in-house in Western New York, as it's currently being processed in Allentown, PA. In addition to renovating the building, Triad will add truck docks, material handling, and other related equipment, lighting as necessary, and a wind turbine. And they will also perform site work at the building. The expansion project will allow the company to add 3 full-time positions and retain 12 full-time positions. The total cost of the project is $1 million. If the project is approved, 13% of the total project cost will be funded through this fund benefit award. And this is, for a particular note, the fund benefit award will pay for a portion of the costs associated with the wind turbine, which will allow NYPA to count this funding as a component of the fund that is reserved for our energy-related projects. The grant will enhance Triad's profitability by bringing business back to Western New York, and it will allow them to eliminate trucking costs and reducing their power costs, and by relying on cheap renewable wind and energy support for this expansion. It's also good to note that Triad also hires from an ethically diverse based group, including refugees that have settled in Western New York, and they plan to continue to do that with their new hires. Is there any more questions?
Questions, Deanna, Brenda?
No, I'm very pleased that we have a energy-related project that also the investment is in doing something environmentally friendly and reuse into usable substances for our local community. So that's my own comment, and we make a recommendation that we move forward, Mr. Chair.
Is that a motion?
That is a motion
To approve the staff's recommendation.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Deanna. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Karen, that passed unanimously. Now we need to make a decision. Was she at least as good as Rich or better?
Very thorough.
Other business. I don't believe there's any other votes to take today. Do we have any other questions with respect to our operations as a board, either from Deanna or Brenda?
I have a question, and I should have asked this when we were doing the fund update. The project list that you referenced, Mr. Chairman, on page 2 of our update,
Yes.
all of those projects are in process in terms of either contracting and or motion. We don't have any de-obligations from any of these yet, do we?
I'm sorry, what obligations?
Any de-obligations, meaning they didn't proceed as planned or something?
We have a few that have not proceeded. They're not on. I don't think they're on here. They might be. Some of them were ended before they got into the contract stage.
Okay.
These are all projects that have gone forward
Into contracting?
into contracting. Some of these are completed already.
Okay.
Some of these we have not yet got to some of them we've not got to contracting yet, but they've not been ended either.
Okay, great.
So, for example, Platter's Chocolates, we just approved that one late last year. We're not quite. Actually, we did execute that
That's
one.
in the roll of
We
tomorrow.
signed that
Yeah.
one just recently. But there are a few like that. They're just in the end stages of the contracting piece.
It would be nice. I mean, I just saw that Exploring More, for example, they just did their groundbreaking.
Yes.
And I know we made an investment in that particular project. And, you know, I wonder about updates to some of these. And, you know, when you see something visible on TV, you say, okay, we failed some more.
And I owe you an apology for that because there was a groundbreaking on
And I,
Wednesday.
yeah, and I do too, and.
No, that was
Sit
fine.
down
That
and-
wasn't my point. My point is, you know, these are great things that we get to sit at this table and do. And so even if we don't get invited or we don't know, it's always nice to see if there's publicity, wow, this came to fruition.
Yes,
And there was an investment made by the proceeds board.
sure.
So I just say that to say all of these things have happened in our community through this investment, and it's great to see.
Thank you for that feedback.
Other questions or comments? Hearing none. Our next meeting is on June 6, 2017 at 3 p.m. in the same office. I look forward to working with both of you at that time and between now and then. I hope you enjoy summer weather if it ever arrives. If nothing further, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.